Hi guys, welcome back, and we're now going to be doing the final part of this Zeppelin track, and obviously this is inspired very much by all those lead breaks. If you watch Led Zeppelin live, you know, they know that they've got one of the best guitarists that has ever been born in their band, so they make good use of it. You know, there's so many lead breaks, just like there is drum breaks and solo breaks and bass breaks as well, because the combination of those four guys are some of the best musicians ever born. Okay, so it's pretty cool, and you can probably tell that I quite like Led Zeppelin by the way I'm talking about them. But of course, we're going to now use this kind of lead break idea to learn 4 cool Jimmy Page licks, which is a good thing anyway, but also talk about how to kind of fit them within a song. So in terms of fitting them within a song, basically what we do is we use the kind of bass chord, so the E, and then we move into the lead break, come back to the bass chord, move into a lead break, come back to the bass chord. So we kind of do it like that in this instance, okay? So we're not going to actually play the E, okay? That's what the band does. The band plays the E, okay? We just got to focus on getting the licks, okay? And lick number 1 sounds like this. Okay? So we're going to play very much in E minor here, okay, for the lead breaks, because it's just got a more cutting, more aggressive, more intense sound than if we went to E major, for example. So basically, pentatonic shape 1 for your first lick. Okay, and we're just going to do that classic bluesy thing where we bend up, 14th fret, then go through the 12 and the 12, then come to the 15th fret of the B string and bend it up a full tone twice. So the only tricky thing here is getting a separation of the notes. So we don't want to hear it come down. Okay, we want to bend up, rest the plectrum on the string, bring it down, bend up again. That's going to give us the individual sound. Then, whilst this second one's up there, I'm going to take the little finger and grab the high 15th fret on the E string and then bend it one more time. So I get okay? So you just quickly grab that little finger as a kind of cool little note, and then back to the bend. So lick number 1 is this. Okay? Hopefully that's not too challenging for you guys. One thing for you guys that are slightly more advanced level and finding that relatively easy is really focusing on that vibrato at the top of the bend. You know, really try and get a wide vibrato that's going to really help you sound like Jimmy Page, because for Jimmy Page it's all very fidgety, kind of the way he plays is very kind of fidgety, and you know, he's always fidgety with the left hand as well, so that means a lot of vibrato. Okay? Now, lick number 2 goes like this. Okay? With a bit of gain. And the horrible open strings ringing out. So this is all about the E minor pentatonic once again, okay? And we're just going to go from pentatonic shape 2, which is here, down to the open pentatonic shape 1. And we're going to start with the 5th fret onto the 3rd fret, pull off to the nought. So it's a 3-stage pull off, 1, 2, 3, okay? So hopefully, if your pull-offs are strong enough, that should be relatively easy. We do exactly the same thing on the B string. Okay? Okay. One thing to notice rhythmically is that we drag the first note. So the first note's longer, and the second 2 are quicker. Okay? Then when we come down to the G string, we're obviously now on the 4th fret and 2nd fret, because that's where our pentatonic shape is, and we're going to do it twice. Okay, so again we drag the first note each time and then come down to the 2nd fret of the D string. So that's our root note. Okay, so that lick should sound like this. Okay, so we've got lick 1 up here, lick 2 down here. Lick number 3 is in our minor pentatonic shape 4. So here. Okay, and it's this. Okay, so what I'm doing is basically the 10th fret of the B string, then onto the 10th fret, so flattening immediately, onto the 10th fret of the E string, pulling off, and then repeating. And then the last time, we're going to bend up a tone. Okay? So we've got this kind of classic Jimmy Page repeating idea, which repeats in threes again. That's the kind of main part of that thing that makes it so Jimmy Page. Remember when we did the first solo, we had all these, that kind of sound. It's the same thing here, but just on a different pentatonic shape, different strings. So we're going to do, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then when we're about to do the 5th one, we just bend the 10th fret up a tone. Okay? And you quickly stop that tone as well. So we go, and we stop it dead. Okay? So we get, again with my right hand, I like to do all downstrokes with that one. Okay? Now, the last lick, lick number 4, goes like this. We're right up the top of the fretboard here. Okay, so what we're going to be doing here is we're going to come up to the pentatonic shape 3, okay, right up here. So this is shape 3 in E minor. Try and find that first. That's your first task. Can you really visualize that shape? Because it's right up in the mountains here at the moment. And then we're going to go from the 19th fret to 17th fret to 20th fret, and we're going to bend that 20th fret up a whole tone. Sorry, a tone and a half, in fact. We're going to go right up there, okay? So a whole tone will kind of take us to here, and then a little bit more. So just push it pretty much as high as you can go with that one. So it sounds like it goes way over the top. And we bring it back down. Oh, sorry. Pull off. Back to the note you started on. Then back to the 20th fret. And then finishing on the E root note, okay, which is on the 17th fret. So that lick is this. Again. One more time. And there we have it, guys. So you got 4 licks, okay? So what I'm going to do now is play all 4 licks with a drum beat. Again, I'm going to slow the drum beat right down here to really make sure we can hear these licks, okay? Now, they all come off the beat because at the start of each bar, you've got the band going on a big E chord, okay? So they all come off of the beat. So I'll just walk you through it, and then if we need to count it, we will. So we're going to take it down to 55 BPM here, okay? And it's going to go like this. So I'm going to put the drum beat on. I'm going to put a bit of gain on to kind of make this sound a little bit nicer. And the whole thing should sound like this, okay? So I'm going to play the E as well, but you don't need to play that, okay? So I'm just going to do the open E string. Make it nice and easy. 2, 3, 4. And there it is. Okay, let's do it again, shall we? Shall we go even slower? 45, we're really going down now. 45 and 16th notes is still pretty quick, remember? So 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Oh, terrible note at the end there. But there we go. There are your licks. You've got the rest of the track, hopefully, from kind of playing through it. Remember, you've got all the kind of major chord at the beginning, you've got your riff, you've got your chunky chords, you've got your octaves, and now you've got the lead lines to get in. And because you've learnt these lead parts within pentatonic shapes, you can come and use these, any way you want. So let's just say that you're playing in the key of G major or G minor. Let's say G minor. And you get to your pentatonic shape 3. You can still do that last lick that we learned, okay? In G minor again, what about the first lick? pretty much you can play that leg. So these are all reusable. They don't have to be learnt in this rhythmical track, but we have done. And to get them up to the speed, you want to master it with this track and then take them out and put them in your own playing and own improvising. So that's it for the rhythm part. Next time we're going to take a look at Jimmy Page's technique in terms of using the full scale rather than just the pentatonic.